Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, he was the funniest Southern gent you ever did see. And he was a guest that came to play. We're looking back at the amazing career of our friend Leslie Jordan. Then, local makers are having a moment, and they deserve it. Stephanie Hansen is here with Minnesota makers you have to know about. And there's just too much hot dish today, so we have leftovers, including your first look at the new Ant-Man movie. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome to The Jason Show. I'm Jace. Hi. Good morning. Thank you. Please keep that love going for my good friend. It's Kendall, everyone.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello. Hello, pumpkin.
You look lovely.
Thank you. You look lovely as well.
Thank you.
Thank
You do. You
you.
look like when you wear those glasses, you remind me very much of your mother.
Yes. Like I'm going to scold you also for taking a library book.
Yeah, it is a little bit librarianish,
It
but I
is.
love it, and that's a compliment.
It fits. I mean, there was that one book club that we did
Yes.
with my mom and I had my glasses on, and it was a little Freaky Friday.
Yeah, I thought I'm waiting for you to shish me at any moment, which you more than welcome to do.
Shush.
Yeah,
Shush.
you are. Hey, I wanted to tell you guys that don't forget Friday. We're not gonna be here. We're taking the show on the road. We're gonna be in Anoka. And so come join us. We're live at Serums at 10 a.m. You do not need it. Serums is on Main Street. I mention all the time, it's my favorite chicken wing place. You do not need a ticket. You do not need to sign up. They're going to open early. The kitchen will be open. The bar will be open so you can get some Bloody Marys. That's right.
Oh, not for me.
The audience clapped louder for the Bloody Marys than they did for us, Kendall. That's right, yes. That's right. So come down and see us. We can't wait. And then let me backtrack. So that's Friday. Again, this Friday, because Saturday, the town of Anoka was nice enough to ask me to be the grand marshal of their Halloween parade. You know, they're the Halloween capital of the world. So we have that on Friday. Thursday is a new show, is a new episode of our show like no other.
Nope.
And I don't want to give anything away. I'm just going to tell you, and I'm not overselling this, you need to tune in. It's completely different than what we normally do. That's all I'm going to say.
Little wackadoodle.
It's from tip to tail, it's a different type of Jason Show. And photographer Eric, who's basically a segment producer. Photographer Eric is working hard, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It's something, and you'll see that on Thursday. So a little programming note there. But let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Oh. He's
so trained.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you, we're not doing the normal thing today. I'm so trained. I'm like a little golden retriever. I do the same thing every day.
Go fetch.
Because here's the deal. It's a sad start to today's show as we remember actor and comedian and Southern gentleman Leslie Jordan. Leslie died yesterday in Hollywood. Police believe that he suffered a medical emergency while driving in Hollywood, and then he crashed into the side of a building. Leslie is currently a co-star on the Fox sitcom Call Me Kat, and he was only 67 years old, which, my goodness, nowadays that's basically like a teenager, you know, and I just sad. Leslie became a social media star, amongst other things. But don't worry, we're going to go through his whole career, but he became a social media star recently for the kiddos during the pandemic. Because he found Instagram, and, you know, we were all stuck in our houses, and he's like, wait a minute, I can express myself and tell my famous stories on Instagram, and he did it. Here's one of them.
I'm here in the airport flying home. Well, listen, when I got to security, they pulled me out of the line, and they said they had to check me for bomb residue. But put me behind a curtain and started feeling me up. Listen, I know I'm hot, and I know that dynamite comes in small packages. But really, now.
That's just... I know dynamite comes in small packages. He told a story. I watched this twice on TikTok yesterday. He told the story about he's eating dinner and he goes, my mom and my sisters were on a road trip.
Oh, this is my favorite.
This is my favorite. And they went to, my mom goes, we went to Kissimmee, Florida. She goes, isn't that a great name for a town? And Leslie says, Mom, I think it's a Native American name. It's Kissimmee, you know. She says, no, I don't think so. He goes, so they went in to get some food, and they went inside, and she goes, the mom goes, where are we? And how do you pronounce where we are? And the woman behind the counter goes, Burger King, Burger King.
In his accent, Burger King.
Burger King. And I don't read that story with the aplomb and the charm that Leslie did, but I tried to come close. Where are we? Burger King. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, ma'am.
Yeah. And listen to this. Leslie in the 60s got nearly 6 million followers. 6 million followers for Leslie. And I love that. And you know, we're going to read some remembrances. All of his friends mentioned that he loved this part of his career. He loved social media because literally that story I just told you, that was Leslie. He was eating dinner and he just picked up his phone, looked in the camera and told that story.
Told the story.
Yeah. Well, I was lucky enough to interview Leslie several times on this broadcast and several times on my radio show on My Talk 107.1. The last time he was here in person was just a few years ago, July 2018. And we got 2 clips, Jeff, right? We got 2 of them, yeah. This is the first one, and here he is talking about his American Horror Story, because remember, he was in everything, but he was in that, in the season with Lady Gaga. Look at this.
But you know what? I always judge people. I can tell within 10 minutes of meeting you how you were raised.
Really?
If you, you know, I'm from a Southern mother, please, thank you. Just manners, and she's a good girl. She's crazy. There's something bad wrong with her. But she's a good, you know, there's a good heart there, and she was brought up right, so.
Oh, like on a crazy scale of 1 to 10, where are we looking?
Probably 30.
Where, on a crazy scale from 1 to 10, 30. Leslie with us also talked about his character in the Oscar-nominated movie, The Help. Look at this.
I'll tell you exactly what you're playing, Leslie. Every Southern town in the late 60s, late 50s, early 60s had one. I said, one what? He said, that man who's married with 5 children, but oh, honey, you know. So I'm playing the town sissy.
And you know what? I don't love that word, but he could get away with it. You know, he truly could. I say this, we're lucky. I say this quite often. I always tell you the real deal with celebrities when they come in here. What are they really like? And I said this on the radio show. Leslie was really one of the best. I mean, and you've heard me say that, so I'm not just pulling that out of the hat because he passed. On the radio show, my co-host there, Alexis, we always thought to ourselves, well, this is going to be an easy day of work because you sit down, you turn the mic on, and Leslie just goes. We played a clip this morning because he would just say anything. I mean, and he had an edit button. He didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but you could get him to spill the tea because he's worked with everybody. And one of my favorite stories that he told was he was on Desperate Housewives toward the end of the run of the show. And I said, you know, what was that like? He goes, He goes, none of those ladies talk to each other. He goes, they all hated each other. And then he talked about Terry Hatcher and how no one talked to her. He goes, nobody liked Terry, but she was her own worst enemy. And talked about James Spader and working with him on Boston Legal. I mean, he had a way with telling stories. That's why his one-man show was so successful. That's why he was always here, by the way. And every time he would come in here, this is the real Mark. I watch him. I watch the celebrities and how they treat the crew. And he was always willing to take a picture and talk with anybody. And if you go on your Facebook, every one of my friends has a picture with him. That's a proof of how not every single friend of mine has a picture with Leslie. Leslie became well known for his frequent guest spots on Will and Grace. He played Karen's nemesis, Beverly Leslie. And here's a look at some of his best scenes.
Karen Walker. I thought I smelled gin and regret.
Beverly Leslie, you look more like a woman every time I see you.
Karen Walker. So nice to see you.
Why, Beverly Leslie, if you'd sit on a phone book, it would be nice to see you too.
Karen Walker in the flesh. Whose flesh is unclear.
Why, Beverly Leslie, what are you doing later tonight, honey? I'm having a few friends over for a game of Monopoly, and I'm missing one of the pieces.
Oh, okay. Jordan won an Emmy for his work on Will and Grace, deservedly so, back in '05. And the cast of Will and Grace all remembered Jordan yesterday. Megan Mullally, who played Karen, shared this picture. This is from the reboot, saying, "My heart is breaking." Leslie Jordan was hands down one of the greats. She goes on to say, "One thing I know for sure, there will never be another you." Sean Hayes, who played Jack, said Leslie Jordan was one of the funniest people I ever had the pleasure of working with. Everyone who ever met him loved him. Eric McCormick, who played Will, shared a picture of him having lunch with Leslie back in '14. He said, "Rest in peace, you sweet, hilarious man. We all adored you." And Deborah Messing, of course, Grace. "How can this be?" she wrote. "The joy and delight you brought into my life has been a beautiful gift. Fly with the angels, friend, and sing, sing, sing." Yeah, and tributes have poured out. We were talking about this. Another good mark of a good human is how many people say nice things about you. Dolly, every walk of life, every version of entertainment, with music. Dolly Parton sent out a condolence. Did you see that?
Yeah, big old message.
Yeah, he was just, like I said, he was the real deal. And we're all really grateful that he walked into this building and he sat on that couch and he made us all laugh. And we'll have that forever. Lots more to come. We'll be right back. Leslie was also a guest on the Fox 9 Buzz. I anchored that show with my buddies Alex and Keith. And the guest, because of how we sat on the couch, the guest would always sit by me. And Alex was next to me and then Keith. And Alex, and this isn't a knock, Alex would say the same thing. Both Alex and Leslie were the same size. They were both fun size. They were both... shorter.
Petite humans.
Petite. And Leslie's sitting next to me, and Alex has a question, but Leslie wasn't hearing, the mic wasn't on well enough, so he couldn't hear anything that Alex said. So Alex finishes her question, and Leslie looks at me, he goes, "She's as cute as a June bug, but I don't know what the hell she just said to me." And it was...
Everything's fine if you had a compliment.
Thank you, audience. I'm trying my best today. I'm really trying to get the audience to laugh. Welcome back. Victoria Beckham was a guest on Watch What Happens Live last night. It was her visit. It was her first visit. Really? The first visit ever? They've been on forever. It was her first visit to the clubhouse. And that, my dear friends, is our Late Night Rewind.
Even if you're exhausted, what is one part of your beauty or skincare routine you'll never skip?
My Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. It lifts, it tightens, and it's going to make you glow, Andy.
Yes, you just gave me some. I'm using it.
You're glowing.
Yes, well, I haven't used it yet. Okay, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Spice Up Your Life. Actually, no, stop, because it's got a really great little dance routine that goes down a storm when doing karaoke.
Okay, I want to know from both of you your favorite romantic comedy.
I love The Holiday. I do love The Holiday. Cameron Diaz.
What's your...
Anne Hathaway had some pretentious answer. An art house movie from the 20s. Anyway, then Andy asked if... Sorry, I love Anne Hathaway, but sometimes, let's just be honest, I love her. I watch Devil Wears Prada weekly. She can just be a little much. You know, just say you've got mail. I don't, you know, anyway.
Be like all the rest
I
of
like
us.
an art house movie from the 30s. Okay. So then Posh was asked by Andy if she would ever do a Spice Girls reunion tour. Look at the answer.
You know, I had so much fun being in the Spice Girls, but you know, I think that now with everything else that I've got going on with my fashion and my beauty line, 4 children, you know, I couldn't commit to that, but I had so much fun in the Spice Girls. I love the girls. I really, really enjoy singing Spice Girls when I'm doing karaoke, but I think I better leave it there.
Okay. I think, remember when everyone would always ask the Friends crew if they would ever do, I think we need to stop asking. She's never going to return. Like Bethany Frankel. Bethany's never going to return to Housewives, and Victoria Beckham is never going to return to the Spice Girls, you know?
That was one of the more definitive answers she's given.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be polite about this, but I have a new life now. It was great, but that was a long time ago.
Exactly. So I think we all just, it's never going to happen. We need to release. We need to release. Yeah. Next in the dish, James Corden returned last night, and he dressed, remember the controversy from last week when he was temporarily, for like 24 hours, banned from a really popular New York City restaurant? Well, here's what here's his apology, or part of it, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
We sit down, we ordered, and my wife explained that she has a serious food allergy, right? So when everybody's meals came, my wife was given the food that she was allergic to. But no, she hadn't taken a bite of it or anything. No worries, we sent it back, all was good. As her meal came wrong to the table the 3rd time, in the heat of the moment, I made a sarcastic, rude comment, right, about cooking it myself. And it is a comment I deeply regret. Like, I understand the difficulties of being a server. I worked shifts at restaurants for years. I have such respect, and I value anyone that does such a job. And the team at that restaurant are so great. That's why I love it there. The restaurant manager and the server, they were lovely. They were lovely. They brought out 4 glasses of champagne as an apology, but we were like, that's not necessary. We don't need it. We'd had a great time. Even for me, it was too early to start drinking. So...
He went on to say that he's sorry. Yeah, you can go ahead and clap for that. Yeah. He went on to say that he's sorry, that he made a sarcastic comment, and he's sorry if he made anyone feel bad. Ladies first this time, because what did you think of that apology?
I want to play devil's advocate a little bit.
Go ahead.
I think if it really happened that he said 3 times, if someone's really allergic to something and it gets brought out for a 3rd time, to make a snarky comment, I don't think is the end of the world. I really don't. I
do agree with you.
I think that it also could have been handled a little more privately by the restaurant as well as him. I don't think he needed to add humor to an apology, but that's what I think. I think it was blown out of proportion a little bit.
I do too, because I'm going to play devil's advocate to the last thing you said, and I'll actually start there. And you know this, and I'm not defending him, but doing a job like this, he still has a show to do. And Ellen, for all of her faults, Ellen was really good at this. You gotta, if you're gonna do an 8-minute monologue about an apology, you gotta keep it going. And so the little joke in there, I didn't really mind, because in a job like this, you can't be maudlin for 10 minutes. You gotta keep it moving. So I'll play devil's advocate with that one. I do agree with you that there's always, even on this show, we try to be cautious. Is it the worst thing anyone ever did? No.
No.
And we got to put stuff like that in perspective.
Right.
Now, I will say, though, let me play devil's advocate with our devil's advocate. 2 things. Smoke, fire.
Right.
This isn't the first time. It's not even the 2nd time. It's not even the 3rd time that we've heard that he can be persnickety. And I'm putting that mildly. And number 2, which version of this do we believe? Because in the New York Times interview that he did just a few days ago, he basically said that he felt like he did nothing wrong. But he goes on his show yesterday and now he's apologizing? So that's where my friend Alexis brought that up and I went, that's actually a really good point. That was the thing that made me go, okay, that wasn't, you can have a change of heart in a few days.
Right.
But also, yeah, anyway. I'm not going to go on. Next in the dish, speaking of apologies. Yeah, thank you. I actually will say one more thing, and that is in the...
Couldn't hold
No, but it's not necessarily about James. It's not necessarily about James. In that New York Times interview, he said something that, let's remove James from it. He said something that's going to give actually me pause in this job and in the other job. He talked about the amplification by the media, and I hate that term. I think it's lazy sometimes. I think, media is different. There are different pillars. He talked about the amplification of bullies and haters by the media. And what I mean by that is a very small amount of the population's on Twitter. But we can, you know where I'm going, but we can sometimes take 4 random hating comments on Twitter and make a story out of it. And and he made the analogy of a principal pulling in a bully from the hallway, putting him on a school-wide microphone to amplify the bully's message about one kid.
Right.
And I thought, that's just giving me pause of like, not everything is a 3-alarm fire. Right. We don't need to always amplify social media hate because there's a lot of it out there and not all of it is worthy of outrage. It was just something to think about. I liked it. I like that. Speaking of apologies, Auntie Cohen is saying I'm sorry for his behavior. He needed to, though. For his behavior on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. I told you about this. Rinna revealed that she threw Garcelle's book in the trash, to which Andy joked about Erica and her recycling habits because they showed the picture of the garbage. And so, see, look at Garcelle's face. Instead of concentrating on Garcelle's feelings, Andy and Rinna turned the whole conversation into a joke. Garcelle, like I said, was clearly upset. And he faced strong criticism online. So on his radio show Monday, he directed his apology to Garcelle, saying he's sorry for not only diverting the topic, but for not returning to how she felt. I agree. Again, I'm not amplifying that crap, but I watched it, and I think I even mentioned it on the show. They kept cutting to Garcelle's face, and she just kind of looked like this. Like, wait a minute. Why are we talking about recycling habits when we're not holding that woman, Rinna, accountable? I thought, but look, again, playing devil's advocate, those reunion days are long, and as a host of something, Andy's just trying to get the show done. Andy is just trying to get done. And sometimes you do these things without a net, and you're not perfect at it. So I try to give people grace in that situation. Next in the dish, Taylor Swift dropped another music video off her new album. Did you see this one, Kendall?
Yes.
Of course you did. Some are calling Bejeweled their favorite Taylor video of all time. That's right. It has Easter eggs, glitter, Elvis, Mother Teresa, and lots of cameos. Look. The song features Dita Von Teese, the Haim sisters, and the great Laura Dern. You're saying you like the message, Kendall?
I love the message of the song. I don't need to go on about it, but I've dated plenty of people or been friends with plenty of people who just really try to dull who I am, and everybody's been there. And I love that the message is like, don't let anybody dull your sparkle. You be you and shine.
Yeah. Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle has a great story about that. She was singing with Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Or no, she was singing with Dionne Warwick. And Dionne pulled her aside before the performance started. And Dionne goes, Patti, could you not sing so loud? And Patti goes, what? She goes, I'm Patti LaBelle. I'm gonna go. So she goes. She looked at Oprah, who she told the story to. She goes, so you know what I did? She went out there and she goes, I will never dim my own star so someone else can shine brighter.
That's right.
And I thought I like that. Yeah. Love you, Miss Patti. We have so much more ahead. Go get some more Sanka or Hills Brothers, and we'll be back right after this. The dish is done for now. Coming up, we have so much hot dish today, we have leftovers for you, including some big news on the return of the Man of Steel. But next, shopping local is the thing. Stephanie Hansen is here with her list of some of the best Minnesota makers and a preview of a big event she has coming up. That and more when The Jason Show continues. The list of Minnesota makers that you should know about gets longer every single day. And our next guest, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of them because she does. Here with some of her favorite Minnesota-made products, give it up for our foodie queen, Stephanie Hansen.
Hi, guys.
Hello, friend.
I always get so excited when the kitchen is behind me because it looks so real. You guys, it's not real.
No, people.
It's like
okay, I think just in case. You just broke it, by the way.
Oh, I did. I'm
kidding.
not supposed to touch it.
And we're getting a new one soon, so it's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
It's so amazing and colorful. So, speaking of amazing and colorful.
Okay, no, you are amazing and colorful.
I am.
Yeah, you are. Yes, America loves you. Okay, now let's start right away. The catalyst for doing this, my dear friend, is did you create it?
Yeah.
The dinner? Okay.
I did.
You created, and I'm not just saying this, I've been there, an amazing event that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Tell the folks what it is.
It's super fun. So we bring makers into the Lexington, which is the restaurant, and Chef Nick makes a fancy dinner, Lexington style, with their products. So he gives them an opportunity to showcase their products. I give them an opportunity to tell the story to the people that are dining. There's wine pairings, and it's just really fun to be able to see these products in a different setting.
Yeah.
So, like taking stock bone broth is pretty magical. I drink it a lot. But this Minnesota company is like, they are really roasting the bones, and it's like the best broth you can get on the market. So we're gonna have that in a soup dish.
What's the broth called?
Taking Stock.
And it's based here.
Yes,
where
Molly
at?
Clark. They make it in a commercial kitchen.
Oh.
And you can drink it or you can use it in cooking. I use it when I make my gravy for my Thanksgiving turkey. It's really amazing and it's super rich.
And let me tell you, before we continue, because I know you heard Stephanie's description of this dinner and you're thinking, oh, it's shishi poo poo, it's fancy, it's the Lexington. No, don't be intimidated. I've gone to these things in a t-shirt and jeans, in a nice t-shirt and jeans. It's more fun. It ain't fancy. It's not overly fancy.
It's fun, and you get to hear people's story, like Milk and Honey Ciders. This is a family-owned cidery in St. Joseph, Minnesota. And I don't know why, but I'm crazy about these ciders. They're like actually one of my favorites because they're dry and they're not super sweet. I love them.
I love the packaging.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
That's a great package.
Yeah.
You know I'm big on graphic design.
Yes,
I love the label.
And they do a great job. And this one is like, okay, I called Mrs. Kelly. Her name is Mindy. She has a tea shop that she makes tea in Northeast Minneapolis. So she sources it, she blends it, and it's not like a coffee shop. It's like where you go to buy loose leaf tea. And I called her a witch on my Instagram. I know, because it's the season, but she's a savant and like an apothecary in the way that she like blends things.
Not like a house should be dropped on her.
No, not at all.
No, okay.
So then I called her, I'm like, Mrs. Kelly, I called you a witch, and she goes, oh, I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great. And then
wait, where's the witch?
Mrs. Kelly.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yeah,
there we
so
go.
we're gonna have
I feel
her
weird saying that, but that's her. Okay.
No, Mindy is the best.
Okay, I'm Mindy.
Okay, she'll laugh. So then 3 Bar Oats is my friend Therese Moore. And you wouldn't think
What's her name?
Therese.
Okay.
You wouldn't think oats are like a big deal, right? These are these frozen oat bowls.
Let me try this.
But she like she gets the oats, she gives the formulation together, and what we're doing with the oats is she's an oat evangelist. She wants you to eat oats like you would eat rice or pasta, because in Europe they eat oats like risotto. So she's got a leek and mushroom oats, and she's got some breakfast ones too. They're really quite good. So we're going to showcase this as the starch so that you can see how they eat oats in Europe.
She's like the Tammy Faye of oats.
She is. She totally is. And then our friend Rebecca, she is sourcing olive oil and vinegars and then making them into different preparations. So all of these makers will come together. We will hear their stories. We will have a great dinner. We'll enjoy the Lexington's food. Tickets are only available till 2 o'clock today because the dinner's tonight. It is like it's our first fall dinner of the season, and I forgot to tell you about it last week. So if you want to come.
Oh, it's tonight, girl.
It is tonight, girl.
Oh.
2 o'clock. We're going to leave the
come on, let's
ticket window
go.
open.
Come on.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I'm taking this group.
So cute.
We're going to get in photographer Eric's unmarked black van, and we're heading to St. Paul. How long does it last?
It'll be about 2 hours.
Yeah, and it goes, guys, you'll get to meet Stephanie. I feel like I'm trying to, it's really, if you're looking for.
Because you've been to a couple.
I've been to a couple. They're just fun. So tonight, it's nice weather. If you're looking for something with the gal pals, get them and go get tickets. How do people get tickets?
You can go to thelexmn.com, and the tickets window will stay open until 2 o'clock.
Okay, so next, why am I holding?
Wieners?
Okay, don't worry. Yeah, Aaron doesn't know what to do. Why am I holding a bowl of hot dogs?
Why am I holding meatballs?
We will tell you when we come back. Here we are, still holding our bowl of wieners and meatballs. Welcome back.
All right, you guys.
We never left. We never, right, audience? We were here the whole time in that commercial break.
here.
That's right. Okay. Why are we holding hot dogs and meatballs?
Because it is Halloween coming up this weekend, and I wanted to give you something just kind of fun if you're having a party. I did invite you to a party, and I know you're going to be the Anoka Halloween Parade MC guy, which
I'm
is
the
amazing.
Grand Marshal. Get it right, lady.
That
Get it right.
is, like,
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show you.
We're friends. I can call her lady.
You can.
Believe me.
Lady.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you how to make boo balls and mummy dogs. Because these are real cute.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not touching that at all. Yeah.
I already touched them.
Okay.
They
So how
are
do you
real
make?
cute.
So are we starting with the boo balls?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the idea is you want them to look like a mummy who like is wrapped up. So you would just wrap your little croissant dough crescent roll around the top of the meatball, and then you're gonna bake it on a sheet pan, and then you just dot it with a little sauce for some little eyes. It's super easy. This isn't even a recipe, it's assembly. I'm a little embarrassed I brought it to you as a recipe, but they're so cute.
No, because I would never think of doing
No,
this.
and like kids can help you. I just think it's amazing.
Okay.
So first of all,
May I have one? Are they good? Are they?
Yeah, these are cooked.
Okay.
Don't eat that one.
Okay.
It's a turkey meatball. You could get beef meatballs, whatever meatballs you like.
Yeah,
they're just
okay.
good.
How do we do this one?
Okay, so these are, first of all, I don't know why you would ever buy a wiener that looks like that, but you get the like Oscar Mayer kind, and you put a little slice of cheese.
What kind of wiener do you want?
Oh, like a real sausagey, skin-on, fancy casing wiener at least.
But
if you're gonna eat a wiener, and my husband eats a lot of wieners.
Now you're getting too fancy. The majority of people want just an ordinary hot dog.
You guys, their life is too short. You can have a much better sausage experience with a better, higher quality sausage. Okay.
Well, that's been my motto since the early 90s,
Well,
so
know.
yeah.
Higher quality experience.
Okay.
So you take your wiener and you put the cheese with the wiener and you wrap it up like a mummy.
Okay.
And then you
Thank
bake
you,
it.
audience. Thank you for saving me. Okay.
And then you bake it on the. I baked them on the same sheet pan, so you could make like a ton, and you could serve this at a party where you're gonna have like kids.
Let me hold one up so
And then
people
you
can
make
see
some dipping sauce.
with the eyeballs. Like, look at this, Leo. Let's go to 7. Look at that. Now see, that's.
With
Now
the
see.
little cheese in there.
See, if I'm a kid, that's a fun way. You know, that's a fun little way to eat a hot dog. Yeah.
Sure is. And
Sure
you got the cheese like baked in there. You got a little something on your sauce on your hand, I think.
Oh, I got it
Yeah.
off, but yeah.
Okay.
When did you think? How did this come up? Like, were you in the kitchen with Kurt and you're like, I'm gonna make mummy weenies?
No, I saw it on where all good food trends start.
Martha Stewart.
TikTok.
Oh.
And I was like, those are adorable. And I am having some kids over this weekend, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make them mummy dogs and boo balls.
I love it.
Because they're cute.
Well, thank you.
So that's what I brought for you.
Hold on.
You're.
Ooh, we've already been nominated for an Emmy for this.
We have?
We have been. That's right.
Oh,
yes.
hooray!
Okay, for all of Stephanie's recipes and picks, go to stephaniesdish.com. Don't forget to go to the Lexington website and get tickets for tonight. We will be right back. Back in a moment. Oh, God. Welcome back.
Thank you.
What's up? Well, there is so much hot dish today that we have to open up our leftovers. That's right. Do we have the little open? We don't?
Oh,
we
thank
can't afford it
God.
today? Okay. Thank you,
Oh,
Leo. There we go. There we go. Stephanie put her boo balls in there. That's right, yeah.
Why'd you have to say it again?
It was Michael Bublé night on Dancing with the Stars. That's right. It was what? Michael Bublé. What's wrong? No, he doesn't. It was
Oh my
more than one.
gosh.
I love Bublé,
Jeff.
Jeff. Anyway, here's a look at some of the dances.
Helios trasera, baby, go, go, go. Or as we natives say, subito. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, so you want to be a rock star. The right money's in your bed. Well, remember when you were
Right there. That's Heidi D'Amelio, Vinny from Jersey Shore, and Shangela. In the end, it came down to Trevor Donovan and partner Emma versus Jesse James Decker and our boy, we love him, Alan Burston. And Jesse and Alan, sadly, got eliminated.
Bummer.
That's right. And by the way, next week's theme is Chumbawamba Night.
Should be good.
I'll watch that one. Now, they only have one song, right? Tub Thumping, that's the only one?
What did you just say?
You know Tub Thumping.
That's the name of a song that's
Yeah,
like.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Oh, that's called Tub Thumping?
The audience knows it, yes.
Well, I know this song, but that's what it's called? That's a terrible name.
Well, I didn't name it. I mean,
Just, like,
yeah.
Name it Get Knocked Down.
I know.
I don't know.
And talking about Dancing with the Stars, you know we do this. It's time to play America's favorite game. What was Tyra Banks wearing, and how big was her entrance to take away attention from the contestants? Let's see this. Okay.
Oh, that's I like her hair.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, it's an okay outfit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's getting more subdued.
Okay, yeah,
this
it's getting
year.
more subdued as the season goes on.
She's gotten some feedback.
Yeah. They have, and how long is this entrance, for heaven's sake? Anyway, next in the dish, Marvel dropped the trailer for their next big movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. So Paul Rudd is back as Ant-Man, and Evangeline Lilly is the Wasp. Look.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions. Scott, you're at ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
People still need help, Dad. That's why we made this. It's like a satellite for deep space, but quantum.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm. Turn it off. Now!
Quantum realm, young lady. And no, I love Marvel. You all know that. I'm a nerd. I like the Marvel movies. But here's what. And now I'm just confused because we have the multiverse, and now we have the quantum realm. I mean, can't we just be on Earth for heaven's sake? I don't know. I'm just very confused.
Seriously need a Venn diagram.
I know.
I know I say that a lot, but I really think I do. I
I'm with
really
you.
don't understand.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm totally with you. It's getting, even for me, it's getting too confusing. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantum the Wasp hits theaters in February.
Did you want to try to say Quantumanium again?
Quantumania. I said it right, didn't I?
I know it is.
Whatever.
Funny.
Next on the dish, speaking of superheroes, Henry Cavill. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Black Adam, I'm going to give you guys a moment. I don't want the emails. Okay. Henry Cavill made a cameo in like a post-credit scene in Black Adam, you know, with The Rock.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's back as Superman in that movie. But is he back permanently? Well, he confirmed that he is actually returning to be the Man of Steel on Instagram. He posted that he wanted to wait until the weekend was over so people would go see Black Adam and his cameo. There he is right there.
Oh,
he
God.
says he will. Okay. You okay there? Yeah.
Melts my butter.
I know, he does. He is very attractive. He is. He says he will be back as Superman, and his appearance in the movie is just a small, thank you, Leo, for taking it full so Kendall can stare at him.
I'm drooling.
The movie is just a small taste of what's to come. That's right. He is, look, that's when you think of he's Superman.
Do you
right
watch
now.
The Witcher?
Do I watch The Witcher? No, but I've heard I should.
Oh, okay. Don't know.
Oh,
Witcher
executive
is
producer Jeff doesn't like
fantastic.
it. Really?
Henry in The Witcher. I should go. I need a cold bath. He is so attractive. Oh my gosh. I'm like, put a hex on me so he can come save my butt.
Really?
Woo.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
Oh.
Is there like, okay, I'm not gonna ask that. Anyway, we'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Stay with us.
He's half naked.
Is there nudity? I'm just gonna ask.
He's half naked a lot.
Okay, perfect. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Persistence pays off for a dude in Kentucky. He just landed his dream job of playing a corpse on TV. For the past year, Josh Schnally has campaigned for the role by sharing daily TikTok videos of himself playing dead. The videos, no audience, listen to this. The videos caught the eye of the producers of CSI Vegas, who just cast him on the show as a dead man. That's right. We flew him off to the set where he spent a few hours laying on a gurney for an upcoming episode. You can see his work on the November 3rd episode over there on CBS. Way to go. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. I mean, go for your dream, girl. Don't dim your light. Welcome back. It's time for the surprise goodbye. You know how this works. I don't know what's in this segment until I read it live right now. Halloween decorations are everywhere, but wait until you see what some fake black cats did to a dog in Texas. Look at this. This black lab named Maverick didn't know where to turn as he comes across paper fake cats. He's basically frozen in fear Even after his family called him to move, the dog didn't flinch. The video has more than 11 million views on TikTok. Oh my goodness. I'm sure my mother has seen this, yeah. Okay, tomorrow on the show, Whirlyball goes mainstream. Kendall and Ted versus Jeff and Jason. Who will win? And which person on our staff stormed off the court in protest? You'll find out tomorrow. But right now, that's going to do it for us. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody.